All right, welcome back to the program. Let's talk football with the head coach. Doug Pederson joins us now, along with Frank Frangie on 1010XL. Doug, how are you, man?
Frank, doing well, man. Appreciate you having me again.
Hey, we're all glad to get home. It was a long trip over there, but you and I talked about this earlier in the week. I sense that your team gets galvanized a bit when they're together over there. Is that a good read? It sure seems that way the last few years and even this year.
Yeah, I think that's accurate. I think the 10 days that we're there. I mean, listen, we don't have to get in our cars and drive home, or we don't. You hate to say it, but you don't have all the family distractions or little kids running around or whatever it might be. I don't know, but we're all in the same hotel. We're all at the same practice, eating in the same meal room and the whole thing. I mean, I just think it's something to the guys hanging together for the 10 days, and we tend to play better, and then ultimately bring that back with us. So looking forward to the game and seeing if that's the case.
You've also found a little something, and you've talked about this, and so it's press all along, that you have to have balance and you've got to be able to run it, and that makes your pass game more efficient. It sure feels like that's kind of where you are now. 16 runs in a row at one point during the game, and I know that's where you wanted to get this thing. Do you feel better about your line, your running game, all of that?
You know what, Frank? I really do. I think the offensive line is playing really good football right now. It's something, we're going to be tested on Sunday. This is a good Packer unit coming in here, but if you have the ability to run the football in this league, it just opens up your passing game, and it makes your quarterback, more efficient. You don't have to necessarily throw the ball down the field or throw it, 30 plus times a game. I think you can keep it. I think you can keep it under 30 attempts and still have the success as an offense. So yeah, the run game, the offensive line, all of that has been good, and we got to keep that going.
You told me something neat about Tank Bigsby yesterday, that what a hard worker he is and what a good kid he is and how he comes to work every day. How do you feel about how he's playing? Because it certainly seems like he's found a little something too, Doug.
Yeah, everything that I saw on film, even back at Auburn, this guy was a downhill, kind of a one cut player, and he plays physical. He plays behind his pads, and that's what you're beginning to see. And I think the other thing you're seeing too is the patience that he has in the run game. I think a year ago, he was really quick to try to bounce things to the outside, and this year you're seeing him stay patient with the hole, letting the offensive line, work their combos, cutting in behind those B blocks and those A blocks and different things, and just maturing as a young running back, and that's really good to see.
The other part of the offense that everyone's talking about, I'm remiss if I don't ask, is every time we play a game, Brian Thomas Jr. gets behind somebody. It's pretty amazing. In this league where there's so many good defensive backs, he always gets behind somebody. What has made him such a special player? Obviously, the speed is real, but gosh, he's a good player, Doug.
You know what? It's the way he approaches the week of practice. Quite honestly, we just don't dial those things up on Sunday. We work on those things during the week, and Brian goes full speed in practice, and that's really the only way to really effectively throw the ball down the field is you got to do it in practice during the week, and that's what he does, and he sacrifices himself to do that and work hard during the week, and it's paying off for him on Sundays, and I think it's a lot. I mean, I know he's not Tyreek Hill and he doesn't have that kind of speed, but it's hard to simulate that during the week of practice. It's hard for your defense to say, hey, we're playing Tyreek Hill, get ready for the speed, because on a game day, that dude's coming at you fast. And I think that's what's happening with Brian is, the guys that he's playing against don't realize just how sneaky fast he is, and it's paying off for him.
Yeah, boy, we're seeing that. Let's talk about health a little bit. You were able to open the practice windows for Foye Oluokun and Andrew Wingard. Any thought on where they are, a chance they'll play? Where are you? Where are we with those two guys?
Yeah, both guys, like you said, open their windows, which means basically you got 21 days now to make a decision, right? You got to bring them back to the 53 or they stay on IR, and both guys practice this week. I think Foyer's a little bit further along with his injury. If everything goes to plan, we should have him in the lineup Sunday, elevated and back on the 53. And I think Dewey's going to be another week. I think it was a good week for him to get out there and practice and run around and kind of feel the injury a little bit. And I think in Dewey's case too, just give him confidence that he can go out there and perform at a high level. But I would anticipate Foye playing and starting this weekend, and then Dewey possibly getting him back next week.
Two other guys, Doug, Travis Etienne and Cam Robinson. Travis obviously been nursing the shoulder. Cam had the concussion. I know he's out of protocol. Any thoughts on those two guys, or is that more of a game day thing?
Yeah, Cam is in a better position. Obviously, he passed the protocol. We got one more hurdle with him, and that's tomorrow. We actually get to kind of bang him around and make sure that there's no setbacks there, and then he'll be cleared for the game that way. But he has gone through all the steps, and medically, he's cleared. Like I said, we just got that one more step to do tomorrow. Etienne is still kind of nursing, the hamstring that he pulled, and I shouldn't say pull. He kind of tweaked it 2 weeks ago. I don't think we're going to have him for this game. Give him one more week to rest. He did practice a little bit this week, which is good, and yet he just can't open up 100% yet. So probably get him back next week as well.
Yeah, that's right. I said the shoulder. The hamstring's the most recent.
Yeah, it was the hamstring that he tweaked.
Final thing. Tell me about the Packers, Doug. What do you see when you watch them on tape?
It's a group that on defense you're seeing them fly around. They're playing with a lot of confidence. They're creating takeaways. They're number one in the NFL in takeaways, and so we got to be smart with the football. But they're flying around. It's it's an aggressive group, and rightfully so. They're 5-2, and they're playing good. And I think offensively, having Jordan Love back, kind of settles the offense down a little bit. He's playing good from the pocket. Probably not moving and running as much, since the knee injury, but he has the ability to stretch the field, and he's not afraid to try to stick it in windows either. I mean, he's aggressive throwing the football, and they've had success doing that. So it's a good team playing with a lot of confidence, and we get them down here in our stadium, and looking forward to that game.
Yeah, me too. The Jags have found a little something too. Chance to win 2 in a row in 3 of their last 4. So Doug, your team's playing well as well. It's going to be a fun one on Sunday. Doug Pederson, check it in. Good luck on Sunday. I'll see you then, Doug. We appreciate it, buddy.
All right. Thank you, Frank. See you Sunday.
All right. Jags and Packers coming up on Sunday afternoon.
Hey, Mia here, and thanks so much for watching 1010XL Jaguars. For even more coverage of the Big Cats, be sure to subscribe to 1010XL Jaguars.